is the weirdest thing you've heard or had happened to you while using a public restroom?
I'm just sitting here.
When I was younger, high school age, I had been constipated for a few days. I got the urge while I was in the mall and went to the bathroom. It was empty when I got there and was having a rough time pushing this meteorite out. Then I hear some people walk in, a man and a woman talking, then they started making out. Now I was a pretty shy kid, so I tried hard not to make noise and be noticed. Next thing I know, I can see through the crack in the stall that the girl is taking off her pants. I guess it escalated to the point where I was getting nervous, which caused the giant shit I was trying to take to rock it out. They of course noticed, and she says, "Oh shit, someone's in here," then they rushed out. When I was a kid, my parents worked in a university as professors, and I would go to their offices after school until they finished work and we would go home. Importantly, the men's and women's bathrooms were right next to each other. And they had the type of ceilings which are tiles resting on a grid-type metal grid. One day, I was about 10 years old, I went to the bathroom. I was sitting on the toilet in the stall and for some reason looked up, directly over my head. There was a guy looking down at me. He had climbed up from the men's side, removed the ceiling tiles, and was peeping at the female college students as they went to the bathroom. Apparently I was the first person that looked up. I walked into a public bathroom at a beach and found a big bearded guy nervously staring at the ceiling above the stall while using the only urinal. As I stepped past him toward the stall, he screamed stop. Since his hands were full of dick, he could only gesture upward with his head. I looked up and saw a very large pigeon sitting in a nest in the corner. With a super thick Slavic dialect, bearded guy says, "Never trust a mother bird." He washed his hands, still staring at the nest, and backed out of the bathroom. Was pissing at a urinal and the guy next to me said, "Don't judge me, I'm a grower not a shower." I mostly ignored him, then he asked me if I wanted to buy some weed from him. But before I could answer, which would have been no, he said, "Well, it isn't real weed, it's fake weed, doesn't actually get you high. It's what I smoke when I'm practicing guitar." Keep it weird, Austin. It's not very weird, but the first week I had moved to New Jersey from California, I was in a bathroom and I heard two ladies speaking Spanish, but it was so different. They were speaking Spanish in a NJ accent and it confused the hell out of me. My sister always believed in the importance of teaching her son, even from a young age, to use the correct terminology for genitalia. There was no "that's your PP" or "those are your privates." It was always "that is your penis." So the day before Christmas Eve we are doing some last-minute shopping. My nephew was mostly potty trained at this time, but still wore a diaper just in case. She goes off to do some shopping and I take him to the washroom for a change as he has had an accident. As I'm wiping him clean, he screams bloody murder in a washroom full of people, "Andy, don't touch my penis." I was fucking mortified, worrying that people are thinking I'm molesting him. So I say loudly, yet kindly, "We have to make sure you're clean." I've never been so embarrassed in my life walking out of that stall. And to top it off, I was like 19 but definitely looked younger. Doctor, my nephew screamed at me not to touch his penis in a very busy mall bathroom the day before Christmas Eve. Once upon a time I was in Europe and accidentally locked myself inside of a stall that had a toilet I couldn't figure out how to flush, and then a door I couldn't figure out how to open. I had to climb over the stalls because the gap wasn't big enough below. So I'm making my great escape and some dude walks up to the stall and I make a small noise. He looks up and I just hope he has forgotten it by now. I was in the bathroom of a movie theater peeing in a urinal when I felt something tug on my shirt. I turned around and there was this little kid, had to be younger than 5. He asked if I could hold him up so he can pee in the urinal next. We are the only ones in this bathroom and I'm peeing hard because I just got out of a movie. I had such a dad moment though because I said, "Ask your mom." He said okay and skipped out of the bathroom. I didn't even wash my hands, I just wanted to be out of there before a Dateline camera crew showed up. Eating on the toilet in a Denny's bathroom. The large plastic toilet paper holder was just missing the cover, so when I pulled on the toilet paper roll it fell off and rolled perfectly under the stall wall and fell over right behind the feet of a man standing at the urinal next door. The man must have seen it because I instantly hear him say, "Oh, I got it." Thanks, I said, expecting him to finish his business then help me out. What I did not expect was for him to bend down to pick it up right then and there. But not how one normally bends down. I can guarantee he was midstream when he leaned over backwards like fucking Neo in the Matrix. I see his legs bend forward then see his hand reaching down behind him. He bends over far enough to grab the roll, stream still going, it was a urinal with water in the base so I could hear it. He grabs it and perfectly rolls it back over to me, gives a thumbs up, then stands straight up again. Unfucking real. Okay. Gay bar. Me, a lesbian, goes looking for the women's bathroom. No luck. Directions unclear. Not my language. Okay. Men's restroom it is. Half dozen urinals in front of half dozen stalls. First stall, no door. Second stall, broken door. Third stall, dirty AF. And so on. Until I find one that closes, but does not lock. Who cares? Men here don't care for my junk. Time to pee. And I can hold the door with my hand. Middle of my business, 2 pints of beer leaving my body, someone yanks the door open. And here it is. A 6 feet 3 inches huge man, muscle and fat, dressed up as a Valkyrie, helmet, horns, sword, but with a L'Oreal granny nightgown underneath and just stops and stares at me. And I'm there. Pissing and staring open-mouthed at this giant. I don't even know what. As soon as the pee stops, he just says, "Well? You done?" I nod, wiping guys. He already was sitting down on the toilet as I was yanking my pants up. And he told me to close the stall door as I went out. I was out drinking one evening. Went to go to the bathroom and there were 3 ladies blocking the guys' bathroom. They told me I couldn't go in. It was the only bathroom in the place and I had to piss bad. I waited about 20 seconds then pushed past them. As I walk in there is one dude at the end of the line of urinals with his dick out not facing a urinal. He's giving it a pep talk saying things like "Come on bud, you can do it and don't let me down again." I take quite a long piss and he keeps talking to his dung the entire time. I exited the restroom and told my buddy what happened. He had to see it for himself so he went to the restroom. Same girls outside trying to stop him and same dude in there still trying to sweet talk his wang into doing something. Was using the urinal in the Port Authority men's room when some random guy walks up behind me and says, in a raspy voice, "Hey kid. I like your hair." Still peeing, I turn around and say thanks, and he says, "You like pineapple?" Caught off guard I ask, "What? Pineapple?" At this point I'm zipping my pants back up and starting to turn around to face him. He then points to underneath the wall of the first bathroom stall to a black plastic bag, like one from the liquor store, and says, "Yeah. You wanna buy one? I got one right there, it's delicious." Sure enough, there's a black plastic bag with a pineapple sticking out of it on the floor of the Port Authority men's room. I told him I was allergic to pineapple. He seemed shocked and, quite frankly, really sad that I couldn't eat his delicious pineapple, and we parted ways. My parents taught me about puberty and sex long before I should have, and corrupted me from a very young age. When I was 6 years old, my friend and I entered a public bathroom at a pizza place, and she said, "Hey dat weirdo 04, do you want to go in the same stall as me?" And me, wanting to come up with a solid excuse to not go into the bathroom with her, said no, our boobies are almost full grown. Don't ask my why I said that, I was 6. The woman who was behind us in line started cracking up so loudly that she couldn't control herself and ran out of the bathroom laughing.